I don't need a co-host. But I don't know how to. I'm sorry, I'm not really well versed on this TikTok stuff. I knew how to share lives and all that other shit when I was on Bigo and Facebook and Instagram and all this other stuff. Yeah, so I'm just trying it. So again, wholeness. Got a few minutes before I gotta go back into parent mode. The question was, what are you transmuting? Again, this is just a perspective. People who know me, hey there, people who know me, I play a role called the Sacred Clown, the Heyoka. Part of that role is for me to just be authentically who I am, which can be very rough and abrasive. But also people who have talked to me understand that that's not my intent, is to come off as disrespectful or harmful. I'm here to help you. I'm here to provide perspective. I'm here to offer you perspective laced with my experience and my awareness. You have to make your own decisions. You have to make your own choices. But if you're not presented with options for the choices you keep choosing, sometimes you keep choosing the choices that you're given. Conundrums, contrarian speak, sorry for you. So I'm trying to be a little bit more softer in this moment for about the next 13 minutes. And I'm just asking, what are you transmuting? Again, it is needed. If everybody lies to the liars, then the liars don't know they're being lied to. And most of us are out here are basically spiritual liars. We only spit an ideology that we've invested in that we clearly, on a lot of levels, don't understand. You just going through it the best way you know how, and that's part of the problem. You know how to go through it, but very rarely do people find the way to stop going through altogether. And that's what this journey was supposed to be about, stopping the journey. So again, if you would like my perspective, without all of the motherfucker this and motherfucker that, if you would like my perspective on what you personally might be transmuting or what you might need to pay attention to, it's strictly a perspective. This is not a classical divination reading where I'm telling you, oh my God, in 6 months you're going to lose your job. No, this is, hi, based off of your current energy, this is what you might want to pay attention to. It's just that simple. And it either resonates or it doesn't. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out why it either resonates or it doesn't. No harm, no foul. Henceforth, let your life tell your tale. So if you personally are coming through here and would like to know, and that's why I pay attention, because you always state that it is my perspective. Again, if you're coming through here and you want to know my perspective on what is going on in your energy, just say so. Say, hey, me, what am I transmuting? You ain't got to say me, what am I transmuting? Just say me. If you would like a perspective reading on what's going on in your energy, especially in this day and age where we're all overwhelmed, the majority of people is overwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed. I got shit going on, but I'm not overwhelmed. I won't shit you. I got shit going on personally and shit, but I'm not overwhelmed. Why? Because I'm not letting it run me. You understand? I'm looking at shit for what it is and figuring out what's mine and what is mine and making decisions, choices. What's going on, Red King? So again, if you would like a perspective reading on what you should be paying attention to as far as transmutation, say so. If not, that's fine. I can sit here for another 10 minutes. Well, actually, I got 10 minutes ahead of myself. And again, resonance and ignorance is the key to this whole existence. So many people, and again, not trying to be funny, but I am being who I am. Ooh, girl, that resonated. Yeah, because it touched your traumas. Oh, yeah, man, I feel that dude there because it touched your traumas. And now you feel safe in staying stuck in the same cycles. Been there, done that. As I told you in this live this morning, been there, done that. So again, don't be scared. If you want a perspective reading, hell, let's just do this. Let's just call a spade a spade. Hi, universe, oh grand spirit of self and separation. What should this clown trickster be working on as far as transmutation? Overcomings. Overcoming. And again, think about it. The thoughts that have fooled you. 3 is the thoughts, 0 is the fool, If I think I have to come over to the fools in order to get the fools to stop coming over to themselves, then I stay part of the program. I honor that. Told you that this morning. In a sense to where this is a holographic existence, this is one program going wrong and that will not deprogram itself, some parts of the program still see where things are going left. You understand that? When you control alt delete and it says it has deleted a lot of the usable drivers, it doesn't mean that all the drivers that left are bad. There will have to be somebody who can say, hey, that driver is still sick. Get rid of it. You understand that? Because if you don't have a driver that is driving themselves, they'll end up with somebody else driving the wheel for them. And you could never expect common sense from somebody whose senses don't belong to themselves. But unfortunately, as we see, that shit's too common. People who can't think for themselves and they need you to think like them because they're caught in their own sickness. So again, in the sense of what I'm saying, the Overcomer's card, this is the old school hermit. The old school hermit had already been through everything. The whole school hermit has already been through enough to see that there's nothing else to go through. That is the classical hermit. It is when the artist, the young goddess that was drawing these for me when we was doing the channeling, she likened this figure here to an Aquarian energy. Aquarian energy basically can handle all elements. You understand that? When you're dealing with the classic Aquarius, they are exhibiting all five elements. They're exhibiting air, they're exhibiting water, they're exhibiting motion, which is fire, and therefore they're already exhibiting spirit, which is creativity. So the Aquarian energy can handle everything, but if you also understand the Aquarian energy in the sense of transmutation, if you are exhibiting the ability to be everything, but you see where everything is pulling itself apart, it might be you. Somebody got that. If you're trying to fix things in others that you have not fixed within yourself, you got a issue. So again, if you would potentially like to see, from my perspective, what you might need to be working on for your transmutation, just say me. What's going on, Pink? So again, this was my personal card. This is the Hermit card, Overcome. There is nothing to overcome. I got you, Red King. There is nothing to overcome. Everything is me. Overcome, don't fuck around and nut on yourself. So Kane, what you potentially might be wanting to pay attention to. I'm not going to use that word work. What you might want to pay attention to in the sense of transmutation. Trickery. This is Oya. This is the queen of fire. But notice she's in reverse. Notice the fire is in within. Don't get tricked into thinking that you got to get out here and take back your energy. Don't get tricked into thinking that you got to get out here and show motherfuckers who you are. Because then if you, kind of like with my card, the Overcomer's card, if you get out here and try and show people who you are, is a clear denotation that you're not aware of your own power. That you are so easily giving it away. And the way that this could play out, if you look at my number system, 25, is I'm connected to things that move me. The average person that is trying to show how still they are easily moved. Why? Because I need to show it that it can't move me, but it already got your energy. This is the same thing you heard me say a couple weeks ago where people be talking about maybe your final phase is telling them to fuck off. They're still moving you. If you need to tell somebody something about how you're going to take your power back, they still got your energy. The other things with my number system, you see 25 is also 2 5s. In other words, I've been moved into separation, aka the 55, the master manipulator. And often spoken as a master manipulator, the first person that's manipulated is the master manipulator themselves because they think they have to dominate that energy. That is, sometimes you can be energetically loud, which is a clear denotation, and don't take this personally, again, just perspective. It's a clear denotation that when you find yourself being loud, it's because you're very insecure within yourself. And it becomes a mask, becomes that Aquarian shit that I was just talking about. So if you get into that point to where you are throwing your energy out, just to make sure that you present such a persona that's going to keep you safe, work on the safety in here. And if it resonates, take it. If it don't, it don't. So you don't need to get out here and try and trick people into thinking that you have control over your fires when really you may still potentially be burning on the inside. There's still some shit you need to face because it's still more about making sure people stay safe when really safety, Control Alt Delete, the program is still at fault within yourself, if that makes sense. And if it don't make sense, hit me up. I'll clarify it a little bit more. So again, quick side note, because I heard somebody say that they are 33. I get it. It's beautiful. If I was to buy into that level of ideology, I'm a life path 7. And even this, over the last few years, when I said y'all need to start practicing life path 0, I'm everything. I'm everything. If you don't understand that your life path 0, you're going to already sell your energy into the number system. 33, the genie, is the path of ascension. 33 is also a broken 6. 6 is a foundation built off of, dirty word, traumas. Why? Because somebody already told me my own definitions. In the sense of basic numerology and astrology, somebody's telling you what you are. Somebody's telling you what to expect to see on your journey. And holy shit, now they got your energy. And you'll help create it. And it'll make sense. Why? Because you've already invested in seeing it. Even when you invest to the level of, that ain't real. You've already lent the energy to creation. And when you have a bunch of creators who don't understand what they're creating, holy sheep shit, Batman. You have a bunch of creators who don't know what they're creating, they can enslave themselves for a few eternities. For a few centuries at the least. So be mindful with them life path bullshits. They're plausible, they're lovely, but again, as I posted yesterday, they're just matrix traps. It is telling you how to move within the game. It is no different than astrology. It is telling you how to make the best moves within the game, but I challenge you to figure out why are you playing the game altogether. Why I gotta go on a journey? Why can't I be 0? Why can't I be whole and then figure out what's pulling me apart? And then once I figure out what's pulling me apart, which is automatically gonna be you and what you allowed others to take from you or give into you, the whole game changes. But think about it. What you just said is you feel like astrology only shows you your strengths and weaknesses that allow you change. You're right. Who said you need to change? And why must I be strong? And why must I be classified as weak? Why can't I just be still? See, that's already a denotation of struggle. I got to be strong here and weak here, and I can make changes. Why can't I just be me? Here comes the programming. You can't be you because you've already been born into these trees and transits and stelliums, and then this is how you complete a journey. But holy shit, why am I moving? It's based on the individual as seen in separation, now glamorizing the parts that are sitting over it. You have individually disconnected yourself from wholeness and just trying to find the best version of you, going on a journey, trying to find your highs and your lows so that you can get back into your abundance. You lost your abundance when you sponsored everything that placed you on that journey. But again, you can't understand that until you stop standing under every fucking thing that you've been taught. Your pinky toe ain't gotta hurt. It's just the truth. The signs, numerology, are messages of yourself and separation. At what point are you going to start looking at yourself in wholeness? You'll still be out here talking about, I need to heal my inner child. When you get to your older point, you'll be like, I need to heal my inner adult. It'll always be some form of separation. It'll never be, goddamn, I need to quit healing. What do you mean quit healing? I need to quit harming myself. But how am I quit harming myself? See, it says on page 22 on the birthchartastrology.com that when I'm 35, my Saturn return gonna kick my ass. Bloop. Then you've already sponsored separation. And holy shit, it's making sense. Because I worked more for the signs than I did for the whole fucking message. Ta-da. Stop being the signs and start being the message, and then you can see where the stories of the signs could guide me. But holy shit, do I need to make that choice? Now I gotta make that choice so that I can figure out where I'm going. Mess around and get on Interstate 20 going to damn Texas and only got enough gas to make it to Atlanta. Somebody gonna have to give you more energy. But y'all don't see that way. The journey is a choice. The journey is a choice. But when you don't believe in yourself as being capable of making that choice, you've already enslaved yourself to whatever has been given here for you to choose from. And if you're going to give me your energy from free, why would I set you free when you are what keep me free? You understand that? If I'm making my living off of taking your power, why would I give you your power back? Because now I just lost mine. But you'll keep hiring a council of elders, a galactic council, some supreme oracles, and all this other shit that have left all this miraculous information of me as an individual inside a collective. And now I'm disconnected from my individual, and I got no chance of figuring out how I disconnected from the collective. Yeah. Harvested energy. Big ass straw in the back of your head. Why? Because your ego told you to look forward instead of be still and see what's going on within. Not journey within. Look within and find out, holy shit, the hell going on here? You know what? That's some programming. You know what? That's some false traumas. You know what? That's a real trauma. But guess what? Already happened. Can't change it. But guess what? Keep giving it my energy. It's going to keep changing me. Ta-da, disinvestment of energy. Now, whereas you only had 60% of you now got 70. Why? Because you quit feeding into everything that you've been programmed. And now as I'm getting at 70% and I see where, holy shit, some of the programs are shit that I sponsor. Holy shit, now I might be at 80. It ain't about reclamation, it's about release. I need to release the idea that I have to keep going in order to learn how to be still. Heal, kneel, heal, kneel, kneel, heal. The program is you. The program is that thought that you sponsor that says, I'm greater than you. Think about it. You said, what if the program won't let go and release? It's not going to let go and release. But where does the program come from? The program comes from the programmer. But as long as you think that you are the programmed, then you already disavowed your rights and responsibilities as a programmer. You start seeing what's being done to you, you'll never take accountability for what I've done to myself. Holy shit, I sponsored this thought and that did everything I told to do. Show me me. What do you mean show me me? Show me me in my infinite form. And now you're pulled apart. I did this. I sponsored that thought. Holy shit, that thought ain't working out for me. I better stop thinking that shit. Is it going to disappear? No. But I better stop thinking in terms of the spell I cast on myself. And I better learn to be still and stop spelling myself altogether. Now I can see, well, goddamn, that was a strong... You know what? I'm a bad motherfucker. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to do that, but I'm a bad man. I got enough power to separate myself and create my own separation without even moving. I can sit here and create my own separation. Holy shit, what you did? Huh? You mean you daydreaming, right? Yeah. Man, I was somewhere else. And now it's a whole experience. You sitting still, we, as source self, potentially are sitting still, wondering what we can become, and then playing it out in our head, so much to the point to where we get caught in our head that we're no longer present. Watch your children do that every day. Hell, watch grown adults do that every day. Why? Because the divine lie is unraveling. Only it's unraveling for the divine lie itself. The divine lie is tear yourself apart. The divine truth is you won't be able to hold yourself together. What do you mean I won't be able to hold myself together? Because you never tore yourself apart. So now you try to put the puzzle back together, but the puzzle was never broken. It was just your thoughts. You understand that? Oops, I got your nose. Mommy, give me my nose back. Girl, shut up and sit down. I ain't got your nose for real. But I can't breathe. You ever done that to a child? Sorry. I've been a parent for 32 years, plus I've done it to plenty of children. You understand that? Oops, got your nose. Oops, I got your nose. And now you think you know. You done fell for the fucking okie doke. And in the middle of falling for the okie doke, there's motherfuckers okie doking you because they understand you don't know your energy. And so now they see where they can suck the energy out of you where you're already leaking it out of yourself. I'll just keep writing spells to keep you stuck where you stuck, and you'll keep sticking yourself even further. And it'll never be your fault because there's so much going on around you that why won't they let me go? Why won't you hold yourself together? See how that worked itself back around? It's not going to release you. You got to quit holding on to it. My traumas won't stop traumatizing me. Well, how do they keep reintroducing myself? Because I keep thinking about them. Well then, holy shit. They ain't gonna never set you free because you don't know how to be present. So you've already lost all your gifts. Oops. But you're gonna transmute what you've been taught and told when the whole trick was transmute yourself. You ain't alchemizing shit here except for yourself. In this realm, the thoughts in manifestation, the thinker is only transmuting itself by giving power to the thoughts that are only doing what the thinker asks. Show me me. And now you think you think you, I think I'm me, they think them. You understand what I'm saying? It's not malicious. It is, hi, what can I be? Oh, okay. Boom. Now you're everything. But which one is me? The divine trick? All of them. The divine truth? None of them. But the hidden perspective? You ain't even you no more. Now you 33. You don't let a thought tear you apart, and then once you put yourself back together, now you're traumatized. Example I've been using for over 11 years. Take a cup of water, take one drop out, put blue dye in it. That cup of water is still whole, even though it's been placed in separation. Take that one drop that's got blue dye in it. Once it gets back into the container, now the whole container's sick. That blue dye that now is experienced now gets back into the primary container itself. Now the whole container, even though it's not true blue, it has blue in it nonetheless. It's now sick. Spiritual AIDS. It's now infected. When you allow a thought to infect you to the point of separation, once you get out of the thought of separation, you're still infected. You're no longer the same. The only thing you can do is be present and make sure you don't do it to yourself again. So again, I've said this for years too. Even though you hear me say wholeness, you can't achieve wholeness in separation. You just have to stop separating yourself into wholes. Fucking yourself. So it's a change of thought. It's a change of perspective. It's a change of programming. It's a change of fucking belief. Because belief be lying and belief be leaving y'all knocked the fuck out. Now I got to go back to being a parent. Wholeness.